You see, it wasn't just one moment. It wasn't just one moment. It was a slow build of fuckery. Like repeatedly getting paired with the weakest servers on the busiest shift. That shit annoys the fuck out of me. The standards started to slip, accountability disappearing, leadership non-existent, and me still showing up at 1,000% while others coasted at 20%. Fuck all that.
The wrong we were taught with something like this. You gotta struggle hard and life's a bitch. She threw you as a shovel to dig your own ditch. But looking back at my life, I wouldn't change shit. The world is divided into a billion pieces.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Sundays in the Shadows. I'm your host, Mark Sanchez, and today we're talking about what happens when your job becomes a cage disguised as comfort. You see, I've been working for the same restaurant for almost 12 years, and I recently come to realize that it's time to move on. But making that decision has not been easy. You see, there's guilt, fear, and grief tied up in this process. So if you've ever stayed too long in a job, in a relationship, or in an identity that no longer fits, you're in the right mother-loving place. And before we get started, anything that I'm about to say in this episode has nothing to do with the personal characteristics of the people running the business. I love them as people. I love them as individuals. This is solely based on my experience as an employee working for an entity. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a difference. You have to learn to be able to separate the business from the actual people. I have to be able to separate Mark as a friend and Mark as an employee. You see what I'm saying? So some feathers are going to get ruffled. Some people are going to probably be butthurt and misconstrue all this. But this is how I feel about the situation in the scenario. And this is my life. And this is my podcast. And if you don't like it, you can get the up out of here and don't even listen. But I warn you, if you are going to continue to listen to this, you're going to hear some mother-loving truth bombs that you might not agree with. And it's not to hurt you. It's to let you know how I feel. And it's okay to speak on how I feel when I feel like I'm being undervalued, not heard, not seen. And why I chose to put my 2 weeks in and said I'm out this bitch. But anyhow, let's get into this mother-loving episode. And I hope you guys, and you're going to love this one because it's going to ruffle some feathers. It's going to make you feel some type of way. And it's probably going to make you quit your job. And if it doesn't, well then, at least it'll get the wheels turning. Let's get into it. So let's talk about when things were good. Like back in the day, this place was the shit. I'm talking teamwork, accountability, somewhat real leadership. Like if you didn't pull your weight, you didn't get the shifts. Simple. If you were late, you got sent home. If you broke the rules more than once, you got fucking fired. You see, there was pride in being a part of this team. It felt like a family. The energy was high. The standards were clear. And I was proud to say that I work here. You see, when you love what you do, you shine. I made friends. I built a reputation. I became known for being the guy who yelled, "Welcome to Booties!" The mother-loving best. But not every guest enjoyed that. R.I.P. Wally, you grumpy motherfucker. You see, I'm the guy who made guests feel seen and coworkers feel supported. I even met some of the women that I dated here. Booties wasn't just a job. It was my identity, my classroom, and my playground. It taught me how to lead, how to communicate, and how to serve with excellence. Booties didn't literally teach me that. I had to go and learn that shit on my own. But I got a shitload of practice while on the mother-loving floor working here. You see, sometimes we stay because we remember the love, the beginning, the potential, and that's valid. But nostalgia is not a reason to stay stuck. A job that used to be good for you doesn't mean that it's still good for you. So know when to fucking leave. You see, it wasn't just one moment. It wasn't just one moment. It was a slow build of fuckery. Like repeatedly getting paired with the weakest servers on the busiest shift. That shit annoys the fuck out of me. The standards started to slip, accountability disappearing, leadership non-existent, and me still showing up at 1,000% while others coasted at 20%. Fuck all that. You see, I remember thinking, why do I always get stuck holding the line while everybody else gets a pass? It became clear I wasn't being rewarded for excellence. I was being punished for it. I know a lot of y'all out there that do a great mother-loving job, and that means that you get to do everybody else's job. You know? You see, I was the dependable one, so they lean on me to compensate for the poor staffing. And over time, that shit builds up. You want to not give a fuck, but that's not part of your pedigree, so you can see how this can become a big mother-loving problem. This is not just me being sensitive. I see shit for what it is. This is a business. We are here to profit, not to be liked or play mother and father to your employees. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that unless it fucked with the business, and it's fucking with the mother-loving business. You see, this is real. According to a 2023 Gallup poll, 60% of workers report being emotionally detached at work, and 90% said that they were outright miserable. You want to know what the top reasons are? Poor management, check. Lack of support, check. And being undervalued, check. You see, resentment is a sign that when you're the one carrying the weight and no one notices, or even worse, expecting it out of you without the mother love and support, it's time to reevaluate. There's also this thing called the guilt of leaving. I kept telling myself, if I leave, who's going to bring the vibe? I felt like I'd be betraying the very thing that I helped build. But at some point, I had to ask myself, am I betraying myself by staying? I gave this place my best, and now I'm watching it settle for mediocrity while I'm still out here playing full out for excellence. That shit hurts. But the deeper pain, realizing that I've been delaying my own growth by holding on to the version of the job that no longer exists and envisioning a better version that they just can't see. And let's be real, the guilt is layered. Part of me feels like I'm abandoning a sinking ship and it's sinking. I can feel it. You can feel it. They can feel it. I know everybody feels it. They just won't say nothing. Like if I leave, the energy's gonna drop even lower. That's true, mother love the story. But I had to come to terms with this truth. You can't save a place that doesn't want to be saved. Can you? I mean, if they wanted saving, they would just ask because they know that I'm more than mother loving capable. Go check the motherfucking reviews, dog. I'm like the only name on those bitches. You see, choosing to leave doesn't mean that you're abandoning the mission. You're evolving beyond it. And sometimes the most loyal thing that you can do for yourself is to walk away with integrity. 2 weeks and I'm out this motherfucker. You see, a Harvard Business Review notes that staying in an unfulfilled job out of guilt or loyalty leads to burnout and depression. The two things that kill creativity, joy, and your sense of purpose. And let me tell you, I've already been down this road before with this company, but I figured out how to turn the toxic environment into a training ground for personal transformation. But now that I've mastered that, there is nothing else to gain from staying here unless they want to hire me as an independent contractor, coach slash, consultant. So what makes it hard to leave and what makes it scary? The money is easy. The validation is constant. I'm comfortable, but I'm also caged. I built so much of my life and my identity here, my friends, my lifestyle, my online brand. This job was my training ground for personal growth, for coaching, for storytelling. But if I keep using it as a safety net, I will never fully leap. And yes, I'm scared. Scared to leave. Scared to start over. Scared to let go of something that's been with me through my darkest and my brightest days. But I'm more scared of staying the mother-loving same. There's a quote that I love that says, growth begins where comfort ends. And I love that. My comfort is ending now. And another one from Forbes that hit me hard. Staying in a job that you've outgrown can cost you more than just time. It could cost you your confidence, your energy, and your ability to dream. And when I look around this place, on a weekly basis, all I see is a bunch of dreams being killed by stagnation. And that's sad to me because this place was somebody's dream. And now I'm not sure when it took a turn towards a nightmare. No offense, but it feels like a motherfucking nightmare. It looks like a nightmare. You look like a nightmare. You see, comfort is the enemy of growth. Don't confuse familiarity with purpose. Your soul knows when it's time to go. Your gut knows. Your resentment knows. Listen to that shit and let it go. Let it go. Your nose knows. Pops. You see, I'm grateful for the last 11 years of my life. To this place that helped shape me, I thank you. You took a chance on me when I wasn't the obvious choice. I mean, this place is called Booties, and you used to have a bunch of cute girls running around this place. And I sure wasn't that. You gave me a stage to shine, a space to grow. You also showed me exactly how not to lead, how not to train, and how not to settle. Thank you for letting me be me. Thank you for the platform to grow. Thank you for all the Buffalo trips. Thank you for showing me who I am. Thank you for allowing me to win all the mother-loving fucking turkey bowl games that I could. And thank you for showing me what I'm not willing to tolerate anymore. And thank you for the clarity to know when it's time to go. Unless you want to hire me to train your staff leadership skills and high-level hospitality that it so desperately needs, then this is farewell. I hope this is a wake-up call for you, because we are headed into a new era of hospitality, and doing things the way that you always have will not cut it anymore. And I bet you the bottom line, I bet you your margins are fucking showing it. And this goes for all business owners out there. COVID and inflation is not killing your business. Your fixed mindset and your need to control is suffocating it. And I'm grateful that I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. You see, gratitude doesn't mean that I have to stay. You can be thankful for the lessons and still walk away like I am doing today. Actually, I got 2 more shifts left. You know what I'm saying? You see, if you're still holding on to something that once felt like home, but now feels like a burden, ask yourself, are you staying for love or out of guilt and fear? You see, I've been thinking about leaving seriously for the last year or so, but I stayed because I loved it, and I was hoping that things would change for the better. I thought that if I keep playing full out, I could turn this shit show around and rally the troops, but that wasn't the case. The other part, I felt like I was leaving a team that needed me. Like, they are already in a bad place, and me leaving would be like kicking them while they were down. Maybe this is all in my head, and maybe they are doing way more amazing than it seems. And the shitty shifts in the service only sucks when I'm on the floor to witness it. Maybe the standard is way higher when I'm not around, so that's why nobody else is complaining about it. But wait, they do complain. They just don't have the balls to say it to anybody's face. They do not speak up. Or have they and just been ignored? You see, here's another question. What part of your identity is wrapped up in this job? Shit, I like to be the best person for the job. I need to be the best. That part of me puts on a show. That part of me that can be who or whatever I want to be while I'm on the floor. That has total control over the guest experience. You see what I'm saying? That identity, that was only reserved for the restaurant floor. And the last question. Who would you be if you walked away today? I'm going to let you wonder what my answer would be for this. Maybe comment down below what you think my answer is, and then maybe you should answer it in the comments. If this episode hit you in the feels, share it with somebody who's questioning their next move. And stay tuned, because next week we're diving into the identity crisis. Who am I without this job? Until then, laugh when it's ridiculous, cry when it's real, and heal because you are worth it. And remember, nobody's coming to save you. It's up to you to learn how to fish yourself out of the fuckery. Love ya.
Even if I got the chance, I would've started this life from scratch. I learned a lot from selling drugs and snapping traps. It wasn't so fun, but knew how to act. Since I was young, I was surrounded by thugs. This is what they plan for me, I'm my worst enemy. I sorted them out, chose the family tree. I was a little different, my mother let me be. I had to figure it out, I had to learn to be elevated on my G's, breaking cycle centuries. Fuck your society, I was born to be free. Yo, they try to limit me, but now my dreams are vividly orchestrated symphonies. I made it through your trickery.